It's your boy, Jobber Joe, and welcome back to the Joking Jobber podcast, episode number 2, baby. First things first, I want to give everybody a shout out that tuned in last week to my debut episode. We're just getting started, and trust me, this train ain't slowing down anytime soon, even though it probably should. Now listen, if you're a wrestling fan, this weekend is basically like Christmas morning with a side of chair shots. We've got WWE rolling out their brand new spectacle called Wrestlepalooza, live from Indianapolis. And just across the border, AEW is giving us their annual Chaos Carnival all out, straight from Toronto, Canada. 2 monster cards, 2 completely different vibes, and I'm here to break it all down for you. We're talking legends, we're talking title changes, we're talking coffins, or even a surprise debut. You never know. But you already know how it goes. I'm diving into every match, telling you the storylines that you need to know, giving you my predictions, and sprinkling in those hot takes that Vegas doesn't want you to hear. So grab your popcorn, grab your replica belt, and get comfy, because over the next couple minutes, I'm going to be your guide through all the madness. And remember this, I might be Jobber Joe, but my predictions, they ain't jobbing to nobody. So let's get into it. Let's start off with WWE's Wrestlepalooza, their new kid on the pay-per-view block. It's the first since the logo switch, and ESPN's deal kicks off right here. This show is completely loaded. Here's what's on the card and how I see it all shaking out. You got match number 1, the undisputed WWE Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. For those of you who don't know, this is Cody Rhodes' return match at Wrestlepalooza against Drew McIntyre after McIntyre tried to take him out with a brutal Claymore kick through the announce table. And then he tried to do the same thing to Randy Orton on an episode of Friday Night SmackDown right before Cody Rhodes stormed back, saving Randy from the same fate, which set this match up between the two to defend the undisputed WWE Championship. This build has painted McIntyre as a ruthless challenger hungry to take Rhodes down so he can become the guy of the WWE. But to me, this feels like Cody Rhodes' moment to stand tall. My prediction, if you haven't guessed it by now, Cody Rhodes digs deep, survives Drew's fight, and delivers a definitive crossroads to not only retain his title, but to also reestablish himself as the face of Friday Night SmackDown. Proving not only that, but also proving that finishing the story wasn't a one-time miracle. This is 1000% Cody Rhodes era now. Now we got match number 2, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. At Wrestlepalooza, John Cena steps back into the ring against his longtime rival, Brock Lesnar. This clash feels like a throwback, but presents present-day stakes. This rivalry reignited after Lesnar stormed back at SummerSlam and dropped John Cena with thunderous F5s following his match against Cody Rhodes, reminding everybody that Brock Lesnar, the Beast, is still as dangerous as ever. Cena, never one to back down, called him out, demanding this match, setting the stage of war and pride. While Lesnar has the power and intimidation factor, this story is about John Cena proving that he can still hang with the most dominant force in WWE, that is Brock Lesnar. My prediction? Well, I think Cena digs deep, weathers the storm of Suplex City, and catches Lesnar with an attitude adjustment for the win, proving not only he's not done yet and still belongs in a main event conversation. Now, the next match, Io Sky versus Stephanie Valkyrie for the Women's World Championship. Now, for those of you who don't know this as well, Stephanie Valkyrie earned her shot by winning the Evolution Battle Royal, but her original match with Naomi at the Clash of Paris was scrapped when Naomi announced her pregnancy on a Monday Night Raw, leading to her vacating the belt, leaving the title up for grabs. Now, enter Io Sky, the veteran and former champion, stepping in to face Valkyrie for the vacant championship. On paper, Io has the experience, the credibility, but this feels like WWE's chance to crown a fresh star. Valkyrie has the momentum and the international appeal and the storyline payoff from earning her spot. While Io doesn't need the championship belt to stay relevant. But my prediction, WWE goes all in on Valkyrie. She beats Io clean and leaves Wrestlepalooza as the new Women's World Champion. A statement win like that sets the tone for the future of the division. Next up, you got CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. This is the most intriguing match on the card as CM Punk teams with his wife AJ Lee after making her long-awaited WWE return against Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. This story really took off after Rollins cashed in his Money in the Bank on Punk and to snatch the World Heavyweight title, sparking a war of words and fists that pulled Lynch into the mix. Now, Becky didn't hold back either. She taunted Punk and even cheap-shotted him, also dismissed AJ as an afterthought. That's when AJ Lee shocked the world by coming back and slapping Becky Lynch across the face, proving that she was ready to stand by Punk in this fight. With emotions running high and personal pride on the line, this has become less about WWE championships and more about who truly runs WWE as a power couple. Now, my prediction: Punk and AJ Lee win this with a feel-good moment as AJ Lee pins Becky Lynch to cement her comeback and Punk finally outsmarting Rollins. This is going to give the fans the payoff that they've all been waiting for. Now, my hot take: a lot of you will not like this. I understand that everybody is excited for the return of AJ Lee, but I think Seth Rollins and division needs to start winning and keep their momentum going. What would be the point of forming this group and taking the championships if you're going to lose this early? It doesn't make sense to me. Now, match number 5, you got the Usos and versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Now, the Usos reunited after a long hiatus. They are back to defend their tag team lineage. And Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, the Vision, are presented as unstoppable monsters. My prediction: the Usos are going to win, probably by experience or cop-out interference to protect Breaker or Reed. That's the Wrestlepalooza breakdown. You got the stacked cards, nostalgic stars, and also a brand new championship crowning. Now let's shift north to AEW's All Out in Toronto, where they answer with their own mega card. AEW All Out takes place 4 hours before Wrestlepalooza, and this marks the first All Out outside of the U.S. borders. This card features 10 matches plus pre-show. You have a high-stakes tag team ladder match, a women's fatal 4-way, coffin match domination, and so much more. So let's get into it, shall we? First up, we got the AEW World Championship match between Hangman Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher. The storyline for this is simple. You have Hangman Page, who regained the AEW World title at All In. Wardlow was set to challenge him, but a torn pec forced him out. Kyle Fletcher steps in after plenty of stunts and promos, calling Hangman the weakest champion. My prediction: Hangman retains. He's at AEW's cornerstone. Fletcher gets the big spotlight, but it should be enough to elevate him upward. My hot take: if Fletcher wins, it's bold, but AEW might not risk their top guy right before a major cross-company war between WWE. Next up, you got the AEW Women's Championship between Toni Storm, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Tekka. There's really not much of a story to this match. I feel like it just was thrown together randomly just for, to add match to a pay-per-view. But with anything with Toni Storm in it, you got me all in. But that being said, my prediction: Chris Statlander wins. She's a fresh, powerful champ. If not her, Hayter would be a strong mid-card elevation. Storm likely drops the title to shake up the storytelling. My hot take: the crowd reaction to Hayter's return might steal the moment regardless of the outcome of this match. Next up, you got the AEW TBS Championship match between Mercedes Moné versus Rio. Mercedes Moné remains dominant as Rio just returned after over a year, emotional and nostalgic. My prediction: Mercedes retains. AEW wants her main woman strong. Rio can use this as a comeback momentum story. Another hot take for this: a clean competitive match here elevates Rio while preserving Moné's star power. This is a smart booking. Next up, you got Cope and Christian versus FTR. You got Cope and Christian, who have reunited, looking to prove that they can still dominate as a legendary tag team, all while FTR are out to show that they're the best tag team in this generation. It's battle of legacy versus respect. with veterans trying to outsmart the modern-day masters of the tag team division. My prediction? It's in Canada. So who else could win other than Cope and Christian? The momentum is aligned with the storyline arc of a reunion and veteran dominance. But if FTR wins, it shakes up the tag team hierarchy dramatically in AEW, which could be their plan to refresh the tag division. Now, the match that I'm most excited for, Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin. They collide in a brutal coffin match this weekend, with Mox bringing his trademark violence and Darby fighting with reckless resilience. It's a war of pure toughness, where the only way to win is to steal your opponent inside of a coffin, making this the ultimate test of survival and grit. My prediction? No other than Mox. Moxley wins this one easily. Allin gets dramatic spots, but Mox is walking out and literally burying him seals a definitive chapter. Next up, we have the AEW Tag Team Championship match. Now, Bandito and Brody King are the champions, and the opponents in this match are going to be filled through qualifiers. Now, with the ladder stipulation, it increases danger and a spectacle. My prediction? New champs are 1000% being crowned. Ladder spots are perfect to build surprise teams. Expect a title change for shock value and showcase. There you have it. AEW's all-out nuclear card is primed for violence, emotion, and spectacle. Now let's wrap it all up with hot takes and struggle for supremacy. WWE wins mainstream buzz hands down. Cena vs. Lesnar's collision plus ESPN's launch equals media frenzy. AEW thrives in wrestling press, but WWE wins eyeballs. Sleeper match of the weekend? Io Sky versus Stephanie Valkyrie. Or the AEW's women's four-way could steal this show with athleticism. Booking boldness goes to AEW, changing tag team champs, changing women's champs, and shows risk of appetite, while WWE plays more traditionally safe. The real war is streaming platforms. WWE's ESPN push versus AEW's HBO Max and Prime strategy. Content wins, but platform control is key. Who captures the digital audience? Well, that's going to do it for episode 2 of the Joking Jobber podcast, guys. What a wild weekend we've got ahead of us. Wrestlepalooza is setting the stage for WWE's future, and AEW's All Out reminding us why chaos is sometimes best booking. No matter who walks out with the gold, who jumps off the highest ladder, or who shocks the world with a return, one thing is for sure. Wrestling is alive, unpredictable, and the best damn show on earth. Also, big thanks to all of you in the Jobber Nation for tuning in and riding with me again. If you like what you heard, make sure you hit that follow button, drop a review, because I'm always looking for criticism, and share this with your wrestling crew. Because the bigger the Jobber Nation gets, the louder our pop will be.